internet. I am Insane Lane, as well as a Canadian girl, and today we have Weirdo, drunk, annoying as hell, toddler Karen, mentally harasses cops, acts crazy, ends badly. Sounds like a toddler wrote that title. Like, I know it's about clickbaiting and getting the tag and buzzwords in there, but holy! Again, this was recommended, so I only watched like the first minute. So we'll see where it goes.
On February 5th, 2024, police were called by a bartender at a local bar regarding a drunk and disorderly woman who was refusing to leave. When officers arrived, they approached the intoxicated woman, who expressed frustration, claiming the bartender made her feel uncomfortable.
It's weird that he called the cops on me. This is fucking weird.
Oh, okay. You come here a lot? To the Red Road?
It's the corner bar, and this guy is a weirdo.
Oh, okay.
So, whatever.
Are you
I
local?
gotcha. You got your ID?
Yes.
Okay. You with anybody here tonight, or you just by yourself?
No. I went out to a concert with my husband. I came up here, and I'm going home.
Oh, okay. Where's your husband?
Okay.
I live down the streets.
Oh, I gotcha.
Obviously, you can see.
Oh, yeah, Warren Road. Okay. Yeah, let me
like
just hold
up
on to this real fast, okay?
This is fucking weird.
21. Copy your deal.
But this
I got you. So you're about to leave and walk.
She mentioned she had been at a concert earlier with her husband, but stopped at the bar afterwards. When asked to leave, she resisted, repeatedly arguing that the bartender had...
Skipping the narration.
I'm going to go to your house, try to wake up your husband. Is he home right now?
Yes, he's home.
Okay, are you able to call him?
Absolutely.
Okay, why did the husband
give him a
leave
call.
her?
Whatever.
All right, give him a call. Let him know that I'm coming. All right.
When did the concert end?
What's the address on there?
2044.
Let's walk up there. My phone died.
We're going to hang out right here for now. He's going to go get your husband.
No, we're going to walk up the street together and go get my husband.
Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be.
I know, I want to go. No, my phone died, so I want to go to the street and wake up my husband.
I'm trying to do you a courtesy and go get him for you and bring him here. We can't.
I don't want his courtesy. We're walking up the street together.
Ma'am, you understand what I'm saying? We can't let you walk on your own right now because you're in intoxicated state. I'm trying to do you a favor by getting your husband and bringing him here so we can release you to him.
Fine.
So you don't have to come with us. Do you understand?
Go do
so
that.
you're just gonna hang out with me for a little bit.
I get
yeah,
that.
you can have this back.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. You're young and intelligent. I get that.
When did the concert end? You think he's already asleep, or was it a while ago? Like, is he gonna be awake still, or you think he went to bed?
I think this is weird as hell that I'm in a bar and that this guy made this weird as hell because he's the weirdo that made me feel weirded out, and you're making me feel weird. He made
well, this is why we're here.
This guy made me fucking weird as hell.
Okay.
The officers attempted to de-escalate the situation, offering to contact her husband and escort. The officers planning to
saw that.
It's okay.
She lives right over there.
Now this is weird.
Just stand right here, all right?
I don't like that you're making me feel. I'm married, and that guy made me feel weird.
Why didn't you leave? He asked you to leave.
I don't like that you think that I had a situation. I come here all the time, and he is supposed to sell it to me, and I don't think that.
Okay, I think she said exposed.
Do what you need to do.
Okay, I would be preventing her from going back in the bar. I don't like that they're ignoring what she's saying. I know this lady's drunk. She's very drunk. And I think the cop said it's only like 8:45 at night, so it's not that late. I'm not sure why they're demanding that she just stay there while they go get her husband. I would, if I were the cops, I would confirm her address, have her show me something with her address. She has her ID, she has her wallet. So show me your address. If it really is only a couple of blocks, what I am doing is I'm saying, okay, ma'am, we're going to give you a courtesy ride home, and I'm putting her in the back of my car, and I'm driving her there. And if the husband is there, I'll be like, here's your wife. She's very drunk. Please don't leave her at the bar drunk alone again. Because the cop is right. They cannot have her walking down the street trying to find her way home on her own. She's too drunk. She will most likely get lost, or at the worst, she could wander into traffic and get hit. Or she could just wander off and end up God knows where in a worse situation. So she should not be allowed to wander around on her own. Absolutely true. But why waste the time of the cop going there, finding the husband, bringing him there? Like, just put her in your car, take her home. If there is nobody there or nobody to release her to, She's already in your car, and I guess she's going to jail for drunk and disorderly. Or they can just, if she has the keys, they can just drop her off at her house. Once they confirm it is her house, it's her address, she's home. Is that the police acting as a taxi service? Yes. Is that the best thing for them to do sometimes? Yes. I don't like that they're ignoring what she's saying about the bartender possibly having done something.
It's weird as hell that you think of women, when a man exposes himself to you.
Okay, so yeah.
Oh, you guys are fucking. That's fine.
What's that?
Did
you
my
want it?
husband, you'll be fine. But that
I did
man
not yet.
made me
No,
fun.
I didn't know what he wanted to do.
As the conversation progressed, her behavior grew more erratic. She accused the bartender of inappropriate behavior. Had been
Yes, we saw that.
Because I asked you to leave
to leave the premises, but she continued to resist.
What?
Because I asked you to leave multiple times, you refused to leave. And
I'm leaving.
Okay.
I'm leaving. I want to go home.
Okay, I wish it didn't
I will still respond to your.
I wish it didn't seem to cut there, because I'm now confused, because you have told her to leave multiple times, but you also told her not to leave. You told her she wasn't free to go walk home because she's too drunk. So I'm sorry, officer, but this is getting thrown out immediately because you gave contradictory statements. You're now saying you're arresting her for refusing to leave. Well, you told her she couldn't leave. So I don't understand what they're doing here. I don't understand at all what they're doing, because they're continuing to talk to her after one of them says, I'm going to go get your husband. Well, go and do that then. And you told her to stay here while you did that, and now you're arresting her for refusing to leave? Like, is the cop drunk?
Husband's house.
I don't know why there's no sound here. I have no idea why this is muted. I am sure things are being said, but there we go.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta look.
We're in Lake something.
I want to go home. I don't understand this.
I don't understand this either.
You know this guy. You're fine.
I'm not friends with anyone.
You also told her she couldn't
Never even
leave.
been to this bar.
You were in there. I looked through the window. You were there. You had no intention of leaving.
Man,
What?
The woman then falsely claimed a gun in her pocket, which alarmed the officer.
Okay.
Finding nothing.
Are you being serious right now?
Pockets.
Yes, I have a gun in my pocket.
That is not a joke.
Are you being serious right now?
No.
You don't know that she's not being serious.
I'm not. I don't understand why you guys are doing this to me.
I don't understand either.
This fucking. I live in the
Just
city.
stay right.
I'm 100% on her side. They have no reason to
I
be
did
arresting her
nothing
with what
wrong.
they said.
This is fucking weird.
Thanks, man.
It's hell.
They told her to stay. They
I'm
told her
nothing
she
in my
couldn't
pocket.
leave.
I wish
Okay.
I had dildo. That would be awesome.
Just take her to the station, and if her husband wants
This
to
is fucking weird as hell. You guys are get a fucking life.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
pass the courtesy.
Get a fucking life.
at this point, the
Okay,
is going down the
what? What courtesy? What? I'm trying hard not to curse. What bleeping courtesy? I'm sorry, but these cops are pissing me off, because you said you're gonna go get her husband, then you didn't do that. You stood there and continued talking to her after telling her she couldn't leave, and now you're arresting her for not leaving? So yeah, if I was her, I'd be confused as hell too, drunk or not, because you are the one not making sense here, officer. You said you're gonna go get her husband, then go and do it. Don't stand there and continue provoking the situation so you have an excuse to arrest somebody, which it looks like that's exactly what they did. So now they're arresting her. They're going to take her to jail and say, oh, her husband can come pick her up if he wants to. Dude, you said you were going to go get the husband. Go and do it. Or was that just an absolute crock and you were just, ticking off a 10-minute time counter until you could arrest her anyway, because that's all you were ever going to do? This is shady AF.
You guys need to get a fucking life. Strip me and give me naked and I'll show you my tits. Literally, this is fucking
I'm only
ridiculous.
saying this because the jail's so full. It wouldn't be.
This is ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous what you
Yes,
do.
it is.
Well, you told us you had a gun on you.
I don't have a gun on me.
Okay.
I'm not a
Like
gun.
we said, that's not funny,
I
but
don't
this is
have a
part of what
gun.
we need to do is search you and make sure
I
you don't
have
have
no
any
gun.
weapons or anything illegal.
I
Or
have nothing.
She continued to argue. Detained.
Shut up,
inappropriate, but did not
narrator.
understand-
I
Shut
just
up.
went to have 2 glasses of wine. You guys are fucking like.
ma'am, I'm gonna take this off real fast.
I get it. You can strip me. You can like see me
We're just-
asshole. My asshole.
We don't want to do that.
See my asshole.
Ma'am?
There it is.
Like, as much as she is
Ma'am,
drunk, she's
Just-
not.
All right, you know, just leave her in the car.
She's not obliterated.
See my butt fucking asshole.
stop pulling on your pants.
Well, you want to see my asshole, so go
Stop
for it. You're gonna see it eventually.
pants.
You're gonna see it eventually, right?
No.
Your wife will want to see it. Just tell you. Tell your wife that I show my asshole. Like you guys are being
I wish there was
assholes.
some way to just take it off.
Yeah, now.
I wish
So
you
do
guys would
take
go
her home. That's what
I
you
don't
should have
care.
We're
done.
trying to give you a
I
courtesy,
did
and you
nothing
keep
wrong.
Keep
I did
what?
nothing wrong.
Keep
up
what?
this behavior. It gets to the point where we can't.
To the point where what? I'm sorry. This cop needs to shut up. He needs to shut up and he needs to stop it. This is garbage. You didn't try to do what you said you were going to do. Okay, you said you were going to go get her husband, and I said at the beginning, that was the wrong move already. They should have just put her in their car and driven her home. Instead, they stood there, didn't make any attempt to contact her husband or get her a safe way home. They didn't say, can we call you an Uber or anything like that. They stood there and kept provoking her and ignoring what she was saying until they chose to arrest her. Like, this is absurd. Again, any good lawyer, this is going to be thrown out in a half a second because they're arresting her for not leaving after telling her she could not leave. So they're 100% in the wrong, and now they're just making shit up to cover their ass, and I'm over it.
Oh,
Wait
I'm a woman that wants to not be touched. Like, just let me go home. This fucking.
You can make a call at the booking window and see if your husband can come get you.
No, I don't want my husband to go. I want to go
It's not coming
home.
off the
So they already know that the jail is not going to take her.
So, strip me and.
Like, they already said the jail is so overcrowded, they're not going to take her. They're going to reject booking her for such a ridiculous, petty thing. They already know that. They already know that when they get to booking, they're going to try and let her make a call to her husband, have him come pick her up, and probably just write her a ticket at most, or nothing. Or just let her go to a sober person. So there's 0 point in them arresting her, and they know it. They are actively saying there is no point to this. There's no way the jail's going to take her. There's no way charges are going to come out of this, and they know it. And they are still doing this for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
The roads would never like you to come back. You were advised of trespassing from this bar. If you come back to this bar, you will be advised.
I don't care. I don't want to
So
go
do
back.
do not ever come back.
I don't like that guy. He was the asshole.
Okay,
have a seat
when
in the
did
car.
you-
Do you want?
When did she
your-
try and
do you
go
want a
back to
man
the
be
bar?
an
When
asshole
did
to
you
your-
tell her she was
Do you have
trespassed?
wife? Do you have
When did you
wife?
do any of this?
Girlfriends?
We're gonna force this.
Well, you know what? Do you want a man to be an asshole to your wife?
Despite multiple efforts to cut it to a
Shut
place-
up,
Yeah,
narrator.
So it's fine.
Want to put your seatbelt on, all right?
Get a fucking life. Get a fucking life. And if you have a wife, this is ridiculous. Dude, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
I was 22
Yeah.
know that. The female of that company.
Do we want? You just never sit. She's an actor.
If you want to sit here, that's fine. Just do it. Just have her. Or you mean sit here?
Like no, sit it. No, I mean have her sit for 6 to 8, and then he can come pick her up after. You don't have to release her, but that's up to you guys. Well, it's up to you. It's your stop. But.
Okay, so thank you, Officer Dickhead. He's just doubling down on being an evil douchebag right now because he's saying, "Oh, because she's drunk, we can legally detain her for 6 to 8 hours before we let her husband come pick her up." And he's doing it to be petty. I'm sorry, this is all pettiness. This is all just pettiness and these cops being evil. They have no reason to do this. They're well aware of that. They're well aware the jail is not going to keep her and that they should have just taken her home or called her husband in the first place. They have no reason to be arresting this woman whatsoever, as far as I am concerned. Not from what I've seen, not from what they've said, or the way they've handled this. But now you, officer, that I'm looking at, you want to double down on being an absolute worst cop ever by keeping her there overnight when you have no reason to and no right to, rather than just letting her call her husband now. Because as they're making clear, they are only planning to take her to booking and have her call her husband and release her to him immediately. This guy wants to be an extra jerk and say, hey, we don't have to be that nice. Why don't we be incredibly petty and evil and corrupt as the day is long and force her to sit in a cell overnight just because we can? Like, all these cops absolutely need to be disciplined and made an example of. You can't arrest people just because you want to, and you don't get to be petty like this again just because you want to. They have no reason to be doing any of this, and there are so many better ways they could have handled this. They created the situation to arrest her entirely because, again, she was perfectly willing to leave. They prevented her from leaving, and now they're arresting her for not leaving. That's as corrupt as it gets.
If he's coming now and takes her home.
I mean, I don't really care, honestly.
All right, that works for me.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know how.
Was she in there then?
Yeah, when I pulled
She
up,
never
she was
been
sitting there. She had no.
She said she goes here all the time. They never trespassed her before, right?
No, not before.
Okay.
I would just write the ticket on the
Yeah, and when did they ever tell her?
She can go sit in the cell.
She doesn't even need to go in, right? I just get
No.
a citation. Right, okay. Then go.
Okay, so yeah, confirming. No, she doesn't need to actually be booked into the jail when I can just write her a citation. You should have done that already. You shouldn't be driving her anywhere. You should have taken her home. And we didn't hear anybody tell her that she was trespassed from the bar or not to return or see her try to enter the bar again after being told that. So where is this imaginary trespass warning?
The officers advised her that she was permanently trespassed from the bar and would face legal consequences
after
if
the
she
fact.
returned. She was issued a citation for trespassing and released into her husband's care. If you enjoyed this video...
Okay, these cops all get a fail. They 100% get a fail. They all need to be disciplined. They are way out of line. They created this entire situation out of, I don't know, maybe they were just bored or felt like being evil, but that's all it was. This was absolutely bad cops, 100%. She was willing to leave. They prevented her from leaving, actively told her she could not leave. At no point did I hear them say she was being trespassed from the bar. They seem to make that up after the fact. And again, they should have just either taken her home, go get the husband like they said they were going to do, or put her in an Uber. There were so many ways they could have handled this and been an example of really good policing. Instead, they decided to get arrogant or butthurt or whatever they decided to do. Again, maybe they're just bored, but they absolutely created the situation. They did not try to get her help. They did not try to take her home. They stood there and argued with her and escalated things until deciding to arrest her for not leaving a place she was told she could not leave. And they, even as they're arresting her, are saying they know the jail is not going to take her because it's overcrowded. They know she's just going to call her husband from booking. He's going to pick her up. She's going to be released without charge. So why are you doing any of this? Like, this was literally just a bunch of cops deciding to hassle this woman because they could. I hope she has a really good lawyer. I hope these charges get absolutely dropped. They certainly should be because they're completely invalid as far as I'm concerned. But I hope these cops get made an example of because they way out of line on multiple occasions here, and their own chatter between them makes it very clear that they knew exactly what they were doing and that they were wrong and they were unnecessarily escalating, especially the little douchebag at the end who's like, oh, we could keep her overnight if we want to. You need to find another line of work, because if that's your attitude over something so petty, I can only imagine what you do in other situations. So that one ticked me off. If you disagree with me, good. If you agree with me, also good. Please leave all your thoughts in the comments. I always want to hear from everybody, whether you agree or disagree or think that I'm out to lunch or whatever. Make your voice heard. Leave your thoughts in the comments. If you are new here, please like, comment, and subscribe. But until the next one, which I hope doesn't tick me off like this one, because this really is just an example of pettiness. Pettiness and unprofessionalism and lack of oversight. But until the next one, I've been Insane Lane as well as a Canadian girl. Bye-bye.